Today I'm going to be following a recipe out of the RuneScape cookbook. This idea was suggested by my lovely clan on RuneScape, Sal's Realm. It still exists, you should come and join us. This came about from a conversation I was having with the clan. I mentioned that I picked up a copy of the RuneScape cookbook, I pre-ordered it actually, and I was a little bit disappointed by the recipes. But I don't think the problem is the book, I think the problem is me because I'm picky. Anyway, the clan lovingly suggested that I should pick some recipes and follow them. So I picked 3 things that I was able to make because I could either source the ingredients or because I would probably like them, and made a poll, and the winner was the green gloop soup. It's actually a ham and pea soup, so I like ham and I like peas. I really like peas actually.
Please give me a whole tray of peas. Thank you.
So I thought, why not? The only thing I'm worried about is I'm going to end up with a lot of soup because these quantities are enormous. But when I went to pick up some ingredients at the shop, I couldn't pick up smaller ones. I guess I could just not use everything and just keep it for later. Anyway, I'll have a lot of soup after this probably. The ingredients are butter, garlic, 2 salt, celery, 3 cloves of garlic, frozen peas, 100 grams of garlic, some table stock, some cream, heavy cream, sea salt, black pepper, and some gammon. I have gone ahead and prepared all the ingredients. So I've got my leek, my celery, again big bowl. That's gonna make a lot of soup. I've got my gammon that I've diced and my garlic. I have only got 3 cubes of chicken stock, and I need a whole liter of chicken stock, so I'm probably gonna have a very diluted chicken stock, but that's fine. I didn't realize I only had 3 cubes of stock left, so anyway, we shall begin. Voiceover Melody might take over.
Oh hey, it's VoiceOver Melody here. I'm gonna walk you through what I'm doing. The clips may not always match up to what I am saying. I apologize, I'm not an expert in voiceovers. I'm melting the butter. Once it had melted, I added the leek and the celery in. You have to stir the stuff occasionally until the leeks turn translucent. I don't stir this stuff occasionally, I stir this stuff constantly. It took me about 6 to 7 minutes, and whilst I did that, I prepared the stock. I'm sorry, I don't use stock cubes. Someone will probably hate me for that. Eventually, I did find a better camera angle to use. I really wanted to find some cool facts about green gloop soup, but it's a really insignificant item in the game. It only heals 2 hit points. It can be purchased in the market in Dorjesh Khan for 10 GP, or you can pickpocket it from a poor cave goblin who needs it more than you do. I then added the peas in, like a lot of peas. I think it was just under a kilo. The cream, the stock, the salt, and the pepper. I eyeballed the salt and the pepper. I'm sorry, ain't nobody got time to be measuring all that. Once everything was in there, you wait for it to boil and you let it simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. I panicked a little bit. The recipe didn't say anything about cooking the gammon, and I'm pretty sure you can't eat it raw. I'm also pretty sure that a few minutes in hot soup isn't going to cook it. Is it? So I threw this in the pan with some hot water and I let it boil, but it actually got rid of a lot of the taste. So whenever I ate any bits of gammon, it just didn't taste of anything. If anyone with a higher cooking level than me can tell me what I should have done here instead, please let me know, because the cookbook was like, lols, just add the gammon in. Surely I can't be adding that in uncooked. Also, why does this recipe make so much soup? I was eating soup every other day. I don't want to eat green gloop soup ever again. I'm done. The recipe says you can either use a hand blender, which I've always called a wand for some reason, or a normal blender to blend your green veggies into, well, your gloop. I don't have a wand, so I've had to blend everything in batches. And it was all going well until the blender exploded on me, which you'll see momentarily. As you can tell, I was not very happy. Some of the hot soup actually landed on my hand, it burned, and I didn't know where to start cleaning it all up. I'm glad I opened the beer before I started to cook, because I definitely needed it here. If you can see, my idiot self didn't want to put the lid on the blender, because why wouldn't you? And I accidentally turned the dial to stop blending because I didn't have a very good grip on the blender. Not a wise idea. Oop, there we go again.
That's my fault.
After I blended everything, you had to pour it back into the pan, and I ended up having another spillage, and I was just about done at this point. I added the gammon in, I let it heat for a little bit longer, and it was finally ready to serve. Thank God, it's over.
We're back. We're in the conservatory this time. I've got a special guest. Unfortunately, he cannot try the soup because it's got leek, and I don't think dogs can have leek. Oh, really sad about that. He might be. I've got some bread, and we're gonna try some in the soup first, and then see how that is, because I think you can't have soup without bread, I think. Hi, bud. You wanna sit nice? You wanna sit nice? Good boy. Sit nice. That certainly tastes like peas. It's not bad though. It does just taste like green, I think. It's just a whole lot of green. I'm gonna try this up a bit with a bit of meat in. There is meat in there. I know, like normally in the nice pictures you see the little bits of meat floating on top. We're not fancy in this household, as you can tell, because my blender exploded on me. Okay. That was good. I like that actually. But I have a lot of soup left over now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'm so sorry.